Silicon Valley, the birthplace for much of the technology now shaping our world. Texting and tweeting on smartphones, connecting on Facebook, and shopping on Amazon and eBay, most of these changes have been incremental over the past 15 years. We've all changed our daily behaviors to take advantage of all of these tech innovations. Most of us, but not all of us. At San Quentin State Prison, a maximum security facility located 25 miles north of San Francisco, the wave of change has completely passed these inmates by.
Everything has changed. As a matter of fact, I committed the crime that I committed in 1994, and I've been incarcerated since then. And since then, two things have happened that have changed the world, turned it upside down basically, and that's 9/11 and the internet. And technology has just flourished since then, and we've been forced to sit on the sideline basically in prison and just watch how all these things have changed the world.
From the time they are incarcerated, they have no internet access, no cell phones, and until recently, no idea what they had missed outside the prison walls. Eric Phillips has never sent an email or even gone online. Having been incarcerated for second-degree murder for the past 18 years, he's missed a lot.
But for the last 18 years, my talent has been locked away for no one to hear. Now, my company is called Fix the Mix. Through my collaborative production studio dashboard, I allow musicians from all over the world to make music together. With Fix the Mix, you only need one resource to do that: internet connection. Thank God for Wi-Fi.
Now, he and 4 other inmates at San Quentin Prison are participating in a pilot program designed to help them catch up. These men have spent the past 9 months learning how technology has changed since they've been in prison.
Every one of the men in our program today has never been on the internet. They've never used a connected device, yet they've been able to absorb that information, and the businesses they've created have all included a technology component.
With internet access and mobile phone use prohibited, lessons have come in the form of books, movies, and speakers who have visited the men in prison.
Most human knowledge is trapped inside our heads.
Rap star turned businessman and tech investor MC Hammer, entrepreneur Brian Wong, and author Guy Kawasaki have all mentored the inmates, providing advice on how to start and run tech companies.
I saw 2 or 3 companies that were actually bankable and were really interesting. I saw at least one that we'd bring to one of our big brand companies. It was Coach Potato, so a fantasy football sort of extension engagement piece, which is really wonderful.
With this knowledge, the men have begun tweeting, blogging on Quora through intermediaries, and crafting business plans for tech companies they plan on launching once they re-enter society. Logan, who has heard pitches from tech companies at his own rocket space, as well as other tech incubators, visited San Quentin again last month, along with another 50 or so investors and other members from the Silicon Valley tech community.
All the business plans that we've seen here are relatively simple to execute in many regards. You know, they're quick to cash. You can see how people would engage with them very quickly. I don't think these are I think it's maybe harsh to say, but I don't think they're billion-dollar businesses. It's not the next Facebook we're creating, it's not the next Twitter, but they're all programs that you can see. I could see a community getting behind that, and I could see that working.
Their ideas run the gamut, from an online music service and an online game, to renovating unused city buses to use as mobile barbershops. Although the purpose for most startups on a demo day is to raise a seed round of funding from investors in the audience, that wasn't the case at San Quentin. As long as these men are incarcerated, they can't really start a business. And with the first chance of parole for any of them being 2 to 3 years from now, their business plans may well be obsolete. Still, having a plan is a step, and a crucial one at that. For inmates beginning the long walk back toward again being part of society, missteps are common. 43% of inmates nationwide return to prison within 3 years of their release. In California, that number is 57%, according to a study last year by the Pew Center. Looking at both the cost to society and the cost to the state, California officials are exploring the idea of making the Last Mile program a statewide initiative. California Secretary of the Department of Corrections, Matthew Cate.
This program will go a long way to not only providing these 5 guys with jobs, but then it's my hope that they hire people like them who have changed their lives and are now ready to contribute to society, pay taxes, follow the law, support their families, all those things, contribute to the economy.
While these ideas proposed by the inmates may never come to fruition, the concept of teaching and turning the ideas into dreams can only help and give new life to those who otherwise have less hope. And who knows, the last mile may well be the first step in bringing the next big technology to the outside world.